The wipe is coming in early August. These are the words from Battlestate Games. Well folks, it's early August. We've begun to see events cropping up. So let's talk about what we can expect to see and what we can hope to see in the upcoming patch, including a recently teased new boss that may have a much wider impact than most people realise. The wipe, which will only affect your PvP character, will be tied to your arena progression. This means that you can level up your arena character and your main PvP character will level up as well. It does not mean that you will unlock traders or get through quests fast. These will still need to be done the traditional way. Having a higher level character will mean higher level skills, which may give you that competitive edge in your next fight. In order to fully take advantage of arena, you will need to have unlocked the trader rep. Now this brings us to a change that's already happened. Instead of needing to plant 3 items on 3 maps, you now only need to plant 1 on customs, which is good as the other spots are in locations that prove that game devs are dicks. This means that once you've completed the car extract quest on ground 0, you will have done the prerequisite quest to unlock this. We'll have to wait and see if there's a level requirement added, but at this point there doesn't seem to be the case. Factory is due a facelift, and at the same time we'll also be able to see the outside world, meaning the static day-night cycle is likely to be replaced by the standard clock we have on every other map. Speaking of the outside world, the facelift also shows us that the factory building is very likely this building on customs. Could this mean the extract points will be changed, or will we be able to enter this building from customs? I personally doubt it at this stage, as BSG have pretty much abandoned the open world model, but it would be really cool to have an in-game way to access another map. Now this has been teased for labs, which is planned to be linked to the streets map, so could this factory change be the testing ground for that? Speaking of cool new maps, we may also see some changes taking place on Shoreline, where we expect to see the Russian version of the Rogues protecting the port area. We've been teased with a grenade launcher and machine guns, which are very likely going to make Shoreline just as much fun for USEC as Lighthouse is for a bear. There are also mortars shown in the teaser footage, but we'll have to wait and see what is in this patch and what gets held back for full release. We've been promised at least 3 new weapons for this wipe. The Uzi 9x19mm SMG, made famous, well for old fuckers like me, in the original Terminator film, where Arnie confidently asks for the Uzi 9mm and the shopkeeper replies, "You know your weapons, buddy." My best American impression, that's all you get. Next up we have the M60 machine gun, which will fire 762x51 rounds, making it a devastating weapon. Now personally, I can't wait to redecorate Factory the back of Tigger's head. Hit me with a fucking sledgehammer. I've got a 50 round box mag here full of hammers, you dick. And finally, for the current confirmed list, we have the SR3M, or the Vicar, which is another 9x39 weapon to keep the AS Val company. The real life SR3M sports a 30 round mag, so we may be seeing an alternative to the Val being introduced. Now onto the unconfirmed weapons, the ones which may not even appear in this patch but have been rumoured or promised for the future. First up, the Desert Eagle. Now we don't know which version of the weapon will be coming, whether it will have a new ammo table added or whether it will slot into one of the existing calibers. If you're a bit of a gun nut, drop a comment below letting us know which of the calibers are most likely to match up to the Deagle. We'll keep an eye on that. Nikita did confirm the Deagle is coming, but so far there's been no artwork, so we'll have to watch and see what happens. Now for the rumoured weapon, Nikita has said a surprise weapon will be introduced, and Nice Guy and his Sons of Soon have attributed this to the AK-50. If this is the case, we'll be getting a big boy marksman rifle that fires 50 caliber rounds, and if you can't one-shot killer on interchange while firing it from customs, I'm going to be really upset. The current Russian weaponry, especially long-range heavy-hitting weapons, are severely lacking in Tarkov. For years I ran the AK platform as standard, but it got outpaced by the AR platform, and I've sadly had to move over. So getting some more love on the AKs would make me pretty happy. Not gonna lie. The hideout is also getting some love this patch. We are expecting to see 2 new areas, and hopefully a new friend. The first new area will be the Cultist Circle. Now not much has been confirmed about this spot, but it's highly likely it will function similar to the Scav case. Currently we sacrifice money, moonshine or intelligence to get random items back. The Cultist Circle may operate in a similar way, but instead of the 3 items that just listed for the Scav case, you can sacrifice gear. What we'll get in return is anyone's guess. Personally, I'd like to see any item placed there return to you with a found in raid status attached to it, meaning if you shoved a Ledex up your ass and you died, you can get the found in raid tag added back on and the shit cleaned off so that you can hand it in for a quest. Now I very much doubt this will be what it's going to be used for, but I think that'll be a pretty cool feature. Let me know what you would like. Best answer gets a cookie. The second location is what's being referred to as a mannequin area. Could also be called the dressing room, but we'll have to wait and see what name is given to it on release. But this area is shown with 3 mannequins and they are holding different loadouts, so this looks like it will be used for the pre-built loadouts. The current system is pretty poor as it doesn't allow you to ignore things like your secure case or even the durability of items. So for this reason I haven't used it personally with any of the loadouts this way, but if you have, then this is a great addition for you. As for the new friend, this hasn't been confirmed, but it has been teased many times, and I'm crossing my fingers, but I'm not really expecting it. I am, of course, talking about the hideout cat. Now, I know some of you are hoping for a dog, but a cat makes more sense, as cats are dicks, and they don't care if you live or die. A dog would be devastated if you died, as they're kind and loving. The cat would just eat your eyeballs and shit in your sockets, so it's a perfect addition for Tarkov. A new boss image was released very recently. Now, this was Partisan. No, it's not a type of cheese, but he will sniff you out if you're a bit of a dick. This boss is the boss that Nikita has said will be linked to the new feature of the game. A divisive feature which has been long teased and has caused many raised eyebrows. I am, of course, referring to PMC Karma. Currently, we don't have any official details on how this will work, with the most likely system being related to killing your own faction members, but some other possibilities being that the boss will be used to root out campers. The teaser image shows Parmesan holding an AK with an underbarrel grenade launcher, and assuming that he has the same AI as the goons, this will be pinpoint accurate over several miles. This boss is expected to spawn on maps and chase down bad Karma PMCs. Now we'll have to wait and see if he becomes an uber chad hating on rats. If he does, we'll just call him a landmark boss. The image also shows him wearing what looks like an armoured rig. Now, it's maybe a new in-game item or maybe just a reused existing rig. The bag he's carrying also looks a bit different, has USEC and bear patches sewn into it. So fingers crossed for some unique stuff. It remains to be seen if killing this boss will net us negative PMC karma, but I wouldn't put it past BSG to fuck us all over like that. Speaking of being fucked over, go click that subscribe button for me. It makes me feel a little bit less dirty. So as for the faction killing, this will be a royal pain in the ass if it's implemented as crudely as shoot same faction, get bad karma. Because spotting PMCs is hard enough, spotting which faction they're on is pretty much impossible at times. Tarkov has been a kill on sight game for many years, so getting players to change that muscle memory will be really hard. PvE won't get a free pass either, as PMCs on there will kill you rather than talk to you every time. This new boss is also rumoured to be bringing in mines and tripwires into the game. Now if this is done right, this could really change how we play Tarkov. Every high value loot area will be pretty much unpassable due to mountains of mines players are leaving behind. You'd have to play Jenga with tripwires just to get into Kibet or a marked room. But imagine how much fun you could have by locking down all of the entries to dorms and waiting for your victims to enter. Hell, you might even be able to survive a goon attack on PvE. Nah, no you won't. Who am I kidding? And to finish off, we're going to go with some bonus hits. So, Found in Raid is expected to continue to be ignored for the flea market, so you can continue flipping and selling shit as much as you like. The quest event that is currently running at the time of recording is going to allow for a new build configuration of weapons from vendors based on what we use to kill people. So get your best meta weapons out there, start killing, and see if you can get your weapon being sold by a mechanic. Now, new thermals are already in the game. They were unlocked from a previous event, so we've got a little bit more to play with. Unity 22 is rumoured to be on the ETS, meaning we may get another engine update, which could in turn allow for better audio, so fingers crossed they fix a fucking rain and make ambient sounds actually sound ambient instead of deafening. I swear their sound guy is actually deaf and is just guessing at the volume of things. And finally, during this wipe, we are hoping to hear news about the final release of the game. After thousands of hours, many wipes and patches, the game may very well get its full release in 2025, but we'll have to wait and see what BSG have to say for the rest of this year. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you very much. Please go click that subscribe button, and until next time, I will see you in Tarkov.